number and we reduce. But they're really easy because it's like a 1 and something else. So you really don't reduce when it comes to a 1 and another number, okay, to be honest. Ionic charges, all right, if it's ionic, we must use the charge, we must reduce, and there is no prefix. They all, covalent and ionic, are going to have IDE for suffix on the second name. And acids, the second name is always acid. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at this practice. Disulfur trioxide. Tri. So I see two prefixes over here. Sulfur is going to be an S on the periodic table. Di means 2. Triox. Ox is oxygen. Tri means 3. We're done. I see the word acid. So before I go any further, I know it's going to be an H because of a hydrogen. So hydro, it starts off with a hydro. So that means that it's going to be an H and another element. And that's it. What element is it? Fluorine. F. Done. Okay. But don't forget, your fluorine is going to be in group, hydrogen is a +1. Fluorine is a -1 from group 17. And when we crisscross those, right, it's a 1 and a 1. So don't forget to crisscross. Don't forget also transition metals, we crisscross backwards so that way we can see what the Roman numeral number is for the oxidation. Now, phosphorus, pentachloride. Phosphorus, okay, is there a prefix? There isn't. So that means it's a number 1 because we don't use mono. Penta is there. And then chloride. So phosphorus, P, do not put a number 1. It's there invisible. Chlorine, Cl, penta means the number 5. And we're done. Phosphoric acid. Okay, well, we have acid there. And it does not start with a hydro. Now, no matter what, all acid starts with a hydrogen, okay? So this must be one with a polyatomic, which is not a problem. Go to the polyatomic chart, and IC was originally ATE. So phosphorate is what we're looking for. So when you go find phosphorate, and we also look at the charge, hydrogen is a +1 charge. Phosphorate 8 is a -3 charge. So we got to crisscross because it's an ionic bond. That means that 3 comes over here. And this is going to be a PO4. We don't use parentheses because the number 1 crosses over. All right. Hydro iodic acid. Oh, my tongue tied. Most of these is like I cannot even pronounce. It's crazy. But the most important thing is I see the word acid, so it's a hydrogen to start off with. And since it starts off with a hydro, that means it's just a hydrogen and another element. So io, which means iodine. Okay, let's come over here. Hydrogen is a +1. Iodine is a -1. Crisscross them, 1 and 1. Leave it alone. Sulfurous acid. All acid starts with hydrogen. We must crisscross. Hydrogen is a +1. This is OUS. OUS originally was an ITE on the polyatomic chart. Go to the polyatomic chart. Sulfurite. Okay. Go over there. When you find it, you're going to see that it is a -2 charge. It's going to have a 2. Let's crisscross those. The 2 is going to come down to the hydrogen. The 1 comes over here to the polyatomic, so we do not use parentheses. We're just going to write SO3 and leave it as is. Hydroselenic acid. Okay, well, they use the word hydro and they use the word acid, so hydrogen comes first. Let's come over here. Hydrogen is a +1 charge. Selenium is a -2 charge. Crisscross those. So the hydrogen is going to have a 2 that comes behind it. And we're going to have Se, and then the 1 is invisible. Right? And then we're done. Carbon, tetra. Okay, I see a prefix, bromide. There is no prefix here, so that must mean that it's a mono or 1. So let's go ahead and write that in. Carbon, do not put a number 1 because it's invisible. What is the element for bromine? The symbol is Br, and tetra means 4. All right, let's keep going. Oxygen, oh, that's easy. It's a diatomic, O2. Potassium sulfate, okay? So potassium sulfate. Potassium, let's go ahead and sulfate, ATE. So when we go find sulfate, that's going to have a charge. My charge on that one is and I don't have my polyatomic chart with me. Let me grab it real quick. I don't have that one memorized. That's okay. We don't have to memorize them. Potassium. Potassium is on the periodic table. So when we look at potassium, it is a +1 charge, right? Sulfate is over here. Sulfate is a -2 charge. It's an ionic bonding. That's the reason why we need those oxidation numbers. And so we're going to crisscross them. Potassium is K2. The 1, we do not use parentheses. We're going to put an SO4. Okay? Let's keep going. Aluminum, which is a metal, oxide, that's oxygen. So in this case then, we go to the periodic table so we can crisscross. Aluminum is going to be in group 13, so that's a metal, so it's going to have a +3 charge. Oxygen, it's in group 16, that's a -2 charge. Let's crisscross those because this is an ionic bond. So Al2O3. Iodine is easy. A diatomic, and so it's going to be I2. That's it. Water. Oh, that one's easy. H2O. Oh, I see another acid. So what happens with acids? They all start off with hydrogen. Okay. And so this does not have hydro in front of it. So that means that it's a polyatomic. Now it has IC. And IC originally was ATE. So acidate, ATE, acidic, ATE, which is a -1 charge. So hydrogen is a +1. This is a -1. Crisscross those, 1 and 1. We don't write anything. Let's go ahead and let's write that in. No parentheses needed. C2H3O2. Okay, let's keep going. Potassium. Okay, so potassium is a metal. When we come over here and we look at this metal, this is a +1 charge. Permanganate, where is it at? Right here. It's a -1 charge. Crisscross those. We don't put anything for 1. They're invisible. So KMNO4, leave it as is. Okay. Ammonium, which is a polyatomic. Nitrate. Okay. So that's also a polyatomic. All right. So let's come over here. Ammonium, which is a +1 charge. So +1, because we have to have the crisscrossing charges on ionic bonding. Nitrate, ATE is a -1 charge, -1. Crisscross those over. We don't put anything for 1 because they're invisible, so that means no parentheses are needed. That's going to be NH4, NO3. And so this is one group, and that is one group, but we still don't use parentheses to separate them or anything because we need to know that this is a polyatomic and that is a polyatomic when we see that. All right, other than that, now all of the notes are done and complete. Hopefully this helps out a little bit more. Please go and watch. Hopefully you're watching this video to help you out, right? And again, I will revise that calendar. I'm so sorry. I know I've said it before that we're going to probably have more than one revision of the calendar this school year because you never know what's going to happen when we're getting sent home. And we didn't know that all of this winter stuff was going to come and have us home for a whole week. So be prepared this semester. It's just the whole school year is awkward when it comes to, trying to get to school and attend school. Okay, again, whether we go in person or whether we are online, we are going to get through this semester and get through our notes. Alrighty, have a great day.